Shalom, friends. With this week's Torah portion, Terumah, the Torah moves into a different mode, away from the narrative of the leaving of Egypt and the gathering at Mount Sinai. We now focus for a while on building the tabernacle, the Mishkan, this portable place where the Ark could be stored, where the Ten Commandments were kept, where the Holy of Holies existed, and which went with the children of Israel as they wandered through the wilderness. I want to focus on its most famous verse. God tellingly at the very beginning of this week's reading says, Vasuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. Build for me a dwelling place, a tabernacle, and I will dwell within them. Now, here's what I want to pay attention to. It doesn't say, build me a tabernacle and I will dwell in it. It says, I will dwell in them. Meaning, if we make the effort to make ourselves capable of holding the sacred, if we live our lives in that kind of a way, if we build communities around those values, then God will dwell not in our stained glass buildings, but in our hearts. God will live within each and every one of us. And that's the place to look for God's dwelling. What are we doing now to make of ourselves a dwelling place for the holy? Are we seeing the godliness in people who are unlike ourselves? Are we building a community in which everybody has the basic necessities to live a decent and productive life? Are we educating everybody's children? Are we fighting as hard for peace as we're fighting for war? Those questions decide whether or not we've built a tabernacle of the heart in which God can dwell. And the assignment for each of us today, tomorrow, and every day of our lives is to do that crucial work, to build in our hearts and in our communities spaces in which the divine can rest, can nestle, and can nurture. Shalom.